Let's now have a look at METU Library online resources. This is the address for METU Library and this is the main page. I want to show you one thing before we start. I guess for some of you this will be important, whether you can have an access to METU Library resources when you are off the campus. Let's just ask this question with frequently asked questions. Let me choose access and let me select the question. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Is it possible to access METU Library resources when I'm off the campus? And when I just see the answer, as you see, it takes me to the remote access page, and here the library has listed a few easy steps to follow so that I can have an access to the library resources even if I'm not on the campus. Let's now go back to the main page and talk about the research options. On the main page, the library will give you two simple options. This one is for the library catalog. This is if you are just looking for some print books in the library. This is how you're going to do your search. But I guess this is not what we need at this point. So let's have a look at METU Unique Search. METU Unique Search will give you the online resources available on online databases of METU Library. Let's just use the same search term, exam anxiety, and let's just click on find. This research will take us to the results list. As you see, I got 2000 results, and you may just see that it is much lower compared to Google or Google Scholar results because this is coming from METU Library online resources. These are the resources with this key phrase available in the METU Library online databases. METU Library online databases will give you many options to narrow down your search. Let's just talk about some of those. For example, if you like, you can narrow your search down to only peer-reviewed resources. Remember, this is a good idea because peer-reviewed resources are the most reliable in terms of credibility. They are at the top because those are the resources written by some experts and they are reviewed by some other experts, so they are the highest degree in terms of credibility. This full text option here might be again a good idea. When you just tick that box, there might be some sources gone because sometimes there might be some sources listed here but the library may not have a full text access. That's why it might be a good idea to take the full text box as well. This is very useful, like again, Google Scholar. You can narrow down your search to a certain date. Let's just try it with 2013, for example. When you, when you just do the search again, for example, this time I got the resources between 2013 and 2016, and as you see, it is now gone to 385 resources. Also, you can limit your search with source types. For example, you can say, I just want to see the sources from academic journals. You see, and also it is possible to limit your source with the language. You can say, I only want the sources in English. What else? Yeah, these are all useful when you are just trying to narrow down your search. But most probably you will use advanced search with METU library, and I guess you will find this much more practical compared to Google Scholar's advanced search. It gives you, in fact, two different narrowing down options. If you look at this right hand side drop down menu, here you can narrow your search down to the title, to the abstract, to the author. You can say, I want to see this anywhere in the text. It might be just done with subject terms. So it is in fact giving you a variety of options. For example, let's just try it with the title. Let me say, please just show me only the sources with exam anxiety in the title. If I repeat my search, most probably I will get the sources with exam anxiety in the title. Once again, when I'm here, if I just narrow it down to academic journals, if I narrow it down with date, I can just have fewer results. Let's just take it to, for example, 2012, and repeat the search. Yeah, for example. And on this side, on the left-hand side, as you see, there is another drop-down menu, and this time you see and or not. These are called Boolean operators. Let's now see how they work. If I just leave it with and right here, higher education, and if I say I want higher education in the abstract, let's just try it. It's a bit risky, but let's try it. See what's happening. You see, I got only 7 results. The first one is in Turkish. Let me just take the Turkish sources out. Remember, I just want English sources. It says here. Yeah. You see, this time I got only 4 sources listed here because I narrowed down my search a lot. If I say I want only the full text ones, it will go down to only one of them has a full text access. Remember, I said I want articles with exam anxiety in the title and higher education in the abstract. This search should give me, yes, exam anxiety, test anxiety, that's okay in the title. And let's see whether we got this in the abstract, higher education in the abstract. And when I check the abstract of the article, I can see, yeah, I got higher education here. So anyways, I just wanted my search with exam anxiety and higher education. As you see, it is now just really very narrowed down. I got only one article. So, and will help you to narrow down your search. Or it's just working the other way. It will help you to expand your search. If I say exam anxiety or higher education, my search, you see, it is now, a very big number, because this time I said I want exam anxiety in the title and I want higher education, or I want higher education in the abstract. When this is the case, I have expanded my research. That's why I got this many hits here. Let's have a look at not. With not, as you can imagine, what I want is I want exam anxiety in the title. I don't want higher education in the abstract. Or let's just change it this time. I don't want higher education anywhere in the text. Let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, I got 348 results. With this, I just can imagine I got the sources. Yeah, exam anxiety in the title, yes. And I got these articles are not about higher education. They must be about secondary schools, high schools, not about universities. If my search worked well. Still, as you see, this is giving me the sources between these two dates. Yeah, if I like, I can narrow my search down to academic journals. It is just 210. Or if it is just different, yeah, I just want only the sources written in English. This will help me to narrow it down better. Yeah, this is how your search on online databases work. Let's now see how practical it is to use METU online resources. When you click on the title of the article, if you just are planning to use it, here is the first thing maybe you will be interested in. Yes, like Google Scholar, METU Library as well will give you the citation for that source. Compared to Google Scholar, it is working much better. It gives you the full citation, including the link to the article. Also, it gives you different option to save, to keep track of the source. If, for example, let's start with the easiest. Yeah, if you like, you can just simply create a Word document. If especially you are planning to use this article and you want to make sure next time you will have an access to this article easily, you can just copy and paste this reference information on a Word document and save that Word document. That's one thing. Or you can use this permalink option. Permalink comes from permanent link. This permalink will be the link you will copy and paste and send yourself if you are just planning to keep it with an email message, or if you want to send it to a friend. Like Google Scholar, in the library, again, you can create your own library, and it is in fact working much better. It allows you to create folders, add sources in folders. It is not working with your library account. You need to create an online library account. It is very easy, in fact. When you just click on sign in, it takes you to this one, create an account, and creating an account is just filling in some boxes. As you see, if you like, you can sign in with Google as well, which is a good thing. So it is very easy to use. Also, the library gives you this option. You can simply save what you have found in Google Drive. That's again a good thing. Once again, I want to remind you, it is a good thing to keep good track of your sources. It will save time. It will just save nerves, because it might be very easy you forget where you got that source from. When you just use one way to save the sources you are planning to use, you have used in the papers you are writing, you will have much more comfortable life. So I hope you will remember these different options and use one of them when it is about tracking your sources. Thank you.